let this car off. Someone better help me. Hurry. You.
Hey guys, I'm back again for another Jurassic World Mattel toy review. We're back at it with the Epic Attack toy line. I did not expect this to be in stores. I legit thought this was going to be bought out and sold like crazy from scalpers taking the dang stock and all that. But it turns out that I think I hit the jackpot because I found them. I found the new Spino from the Epic Attack toy line. This is literally incredible. I'm surprised Walmart was stocking this thing up. I legit thought they wasn't going to really do a good job with the stocking, but turns out, I guess they kind of learned a lesson. We finally got a new Spinosaurus on the shelves. And not to mention, it's just really a cool looking Spinosaurus. I wouldn't say it's entirely 100% perfect, but at the same time, it's definitely a very good looking variation of the Spinosaurus. I really do like the direction they took with this one. So of course, I'm going to go ahead and get right into the package. Of course, it's this very big beefy version of the Epic Attack package lineup. Got the Jurassic World logo right there. It actually has a bit of foliage on the side right there, as you can see. Like just right here, you can see that foliage kind of getting in there. It's kind of look pretty nice, along with the red kind of reflecting over here. And then we got the demonstration of what you can do with the action features, of course. On the top, 3 levels of intensifying damage. Of course, that backdrop, which obviously is being a little hindered by the Spino's like overall appearance, is nicely designed. Really like the way it looks. I got the Spinosaurus Jurassic World logo right there. /Attackin Spinosaurus, that's what this actually is called. Epic Attack logo right there, the Mattel logo. And of course, the side to side will be the Jurassic World Epic Attack logo, so we won't have to go through that. Just go right to the back side and take a look at how it looks from the back. Of course, you got this digital rendering of the Spinosaurus here. We're looking pretty nice, along with the red map-like aesthetic that looks pretty nice. Of course, action features demonstration again, Mattel logo, and the FAXAP compatibility and the other dinos you can get in the collection, which we already reviewed the Baryonyx, but we don't have the Pyroraptor or the Herrerasaurus in the collection. I don't plan on getting them, but they look pretty nice overall as far as I'm concerned. I think the Pyroraptor also looks like it's got a little bit of a new sculpting on its arms, so the feathers look a little longer than its previous mainline renditions. But then again, it's a little bit on a larger scale compared to the standard Pyroraptor, so I'm just going to assume that it's going to be obviously a very different figure. But enough of the package, let's go ahead and get this, well, bad boy, bad girl, whatever. Let's get her out the package. Okay, so here is our /Attacking Spinosaurus out of the package. Honestly, it's just towering over this camera frame, so I had to lift my camera up just to see that it's definitely standing proud and it's not falling down. It's literally one of the best looking toys of this year when it comes to Spinos, or when it comes to the Jurassic World toy line we got for now. I mean, there's a lot of toys that came out from this year that I genuinely love, and this is definitely another one on my list. Of course, me being the big Spinosaurus fan that I am, I genuinely love this figure. It's so cool looking that I finally got it now in person. Again, I didn't say that it was obviously perfect, so there are some things that I don't like about it, but I'll get to it in case if I had to go ahead and talk about it. But overall, I will straight up just say that it's just a very cool looking figure. Right off the bat, we're starting off with that head sculpt. Now, it's a nicely sculpted Spinosaurus head. It's definitely a lot different and a lot more sleeker and sharper looking than the previous renditions that we had that were essentially repaints. Yeah, this is definitely very cool. The overall teeth, even though they still look a bit big, but they look really, really nice. And the overall paint of the eyes look pretty nice too. If they went right back to the green eyes instead of sticking to like an orange eye or whatever. I still do think the orange eye was a pretty nice variation, but again, going back to the green eye, or at least the lime green eye, is still very cool looking. And overall, it's got a very animated appearance too, like the way the overall shape of the head is. It's very nice looking, and I will say that it definitely gives me like Cretaceous vibes in terms of how that Spinosaurus looked like. So this kind of gives me that vibe, but of course this Spinosaurus is not 100% that Cretaceous variation because, you know, the weathered up and cracked up sail over here. But it's nicely textured too. It's also very nicely sculpted. It would have been a little better if it's a little smaller because I don't know, it's like the overall head looks a little bit bigger than the rest of the body. It's that typical type of Mattel sculpt, but it just looks really great overall. And of course, like again, going over the way this looks, and if I had to go ahead and well, if I gotta open the mouth, I had to do it this way. He's got some nice texturing on the tongue, very nicely sculpted. Also, separate teeth are applied. It's not sculpted alongside the overall jaw line or whatever. Separate teeth are applied, and they look really nice. It's like this same typical look. It's just looking at how that looks so cool. That looks really good. Of course, the underside is also, well, I'm assuming it's a separate piece. Obviously, it is, but it is painted. Looks pretty nice from up there. Doesn't have to go through that. Right. Yeah, this just looks very good. The head sculpt is definitely my favorite aspect. I wouldn't even have anything to say that's like negative. It's just an overall very good looking head sculpt. And also it's got some slash details right here. You can see some scratch marks right there. So honestly, that looks very good. The overall sculpt, like the overall body, just going straight right off the bat, it's very good. Like just so much detailing, texturing, and pebbling, everything. Just that's all I gotta really say about the body. It's like, this is obviously a brand new sculpt. I don't think they reuse any portions. The feet are a lot smaller, which they also, like the dinosaur can stand up very well, even if they shrunk the feet down to be a lot more size accurate. The arms are also pretty size accurate too. They didn't make them too big. I mean, of course they didn't paint the claws on the hands right here, but I'm not too worried about that. They definitely didn't leave out the paint on here. That, of course, you gotta leave that paint down there because you don't want to miss out on that. Of course, they didn't have no paint on the tail, and the tail is obviously too short. That's one of my other main flaws. That's actually one of my main problems, is that the tail is definitely a little too short. I mean, it's not too much of a big deal, but that's like one of my problems, which is mostly a nitpick, but it's one of my problems. Another problem I will say is, like, even if it looks nice, I will also say the paint job is also kind of lacking. I kind of wish they had a much more Spinosaurus looking paint scheme. Kind of wish they went with the JP3 Spinosaurus again. I don't know, just the way that looks. So it would actually look like if the JP3 Spinosaurus basically just aged over time. Because that's kind of the vibe I got with Camp Cretaceous season 4 and 5 when the Spinosaurus returned. Much more aged because of the way the roar sounded and all that. I mean, that's my assumption. Gotta flip it over and see any more detail on the other side. So, same detailing applied right here. And the head sculpt over here on the same side. Got some scratch marks up here, and I think that's some scratch marks up there as well. So yeah, this is a battered Spinosaurus going through some things. Overall, it's just looking at this whole sculpt, it's just so incredible in terms of its sculpting. Also, oh, I'm just noticing, did I put this in a different... Hold on. Gotta make sure that tail's in the right position. Ain't that okay? I just noticed I put the tail was probably put in the wrong position. That's how the tail was supposed to look. But yeah, there's a scan code thing up here. Of course, I lifted up to show the Jurassic Park logo right there. Gonna have to go to the other side, and there's the scan code. But that's not really important, because what's really important is the overall look at this dino. This dinosaur in general is more important than that scan code. But okay, now when I lifted up that tail over here, it actually looks a lot better. Let's go ahead and go over the action features. So let me go ahead and put my camera down. Of course, the first action feature we're going to go over is the slashing action features, which you lift the arms up, whichever arm to lift up, and it will basically just be roaring and slashing and all that. Oh, that's satisfying to hear the JP3 noises again. I love hearing the JP3 Spino noises. It's good that they added on this toy because I thought they were going to omit it. I mean, of course, there are some roars that don't sound 100% like the same dino. But again, like I said, very freaking cool. That's very cool. I love that. And of course, the other button here, this one right here, press that. And of course, it has lights up with some scratch marks right there. Another iconic Spino sound effect. There goes another one. It's just so nice that this Spinosaurus has those sound effects. Really love that they added those sounds. And of course, here's the third and real big kicker right here. Touching this part of the spine. Of course, you got the dino damage wound right here that lights up like crazy. And of course, you see like the crazy amount of bones right here for the sail. So the sail's got some bones. I mean, this is quite gruesome, but it's really cool how it's designed. And it just can't get over the Spino sound effects from JP3 playing in there. It's just so good. Now, of course, since this one's being a Walmart exclusive, it definitely does remind me of the one that I still had never gotten, which is the Dino Rivals rendition of the Spinosaurus that was just exclusive to Walmart. It still kind of bugged me that I never got that figure, and now I'm still suffering the consequences of never ever getting that. But of course, it wasn't even my fault because Walmart poorly stocked that figure up. But thankfully, they have a new Spino, and it's not nearly as poorly stocked, so I'm still glad I finally got this Spino. Now I have a total of 3 Spinos. We got the rare Legacy Collection Spino, the original, that's elusive as heck. Well, I would say that because, of course, it is a very expensive figure because most people still haven't got their hands on it. And then we got the Cretaceous variation, which sold a lot better and it was more readily available. Both of these figures were Target exclusives. And this is the Walmart exclusive Spino right here. And again, just they all look really, really nice together. And plus, these two can be buddies because they got green eyes. Again, a part of me just wished that this Spinosaurus paint job was kind of implemented on this one, or just that one implemented on this one. I don't know, because both of these Spinos in between this new Spino definitely would benefit if the paint jobs of those Spinos, or at least could have been implemented on this one. But again, a new paint job to make it look more unique definitely is still a good idea. Also, if I decided to do it, I just had to, because here is my new favorite young T-Rex toy in the whole dang Mattel toy lineup, paired up against the Spinosaurus. Just go ahead and just duking it out with each other. And he's already eaten. It's just, nope, not that easily. That looks very nice. Yeah, already I'm having too much fun with this Spino and this T-Rex. Well, they both look really nice together. Alrighty, so that's going to be it for my review of the Jurassic World Epic Attack / Attacking Spinosaurus. Definitely a recommendation if you can find this in Walmart, if it's definitely stocked up a lot more, because as far as I can say, my Walmart definitely had plenty of them, and I'm very glad to finally own another Spinosaurus in my collection. It's definitely a very great looking Spinosaurus, and aside from the short tail and the strange paint application, I will still say that it still looks good, and overall just very nicely sculpted Spino, and very nice when it comes to the overall head sculpt. Again, that head sculpt looking a lot better. It's starting to grow with me a lot more. Also, let me reposition that there. Ready to go. Okay. Yeah, and overall, this is a very great Spinosaurus figure. Also, yeah, that little thing is popping out because I'm trying to pose for the freaking... I think that should be good. Anyway, that's it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be seeing you guys later.